Hi, my name is Dr. Haleh Massey, and today I'll be reading from my new book. My name is Harriet Mansoor, not Harry Mansoor, illustrated by Rashim Khairia, coming out from 2 books on May 30th. Chapter 1. Come on, Harriet, I begged myself. Just tell her you don't look like a boy. But as usual, my tongue and feet went on strike the second evil Sarah Gill showed up. It was bad enough being a lowly 6th grader pacing the sidewalk outside a high school soccer game by myself. Now I had to deal with my arch nemesis, with her shiny blonde ponytail and an outfit that cost more than my entire closet. All Sarah had to do was glance at me, and suddenly I felt like an awkward-looking alien from planet Zoinks. "Hello?" Sarah questioned, snapping her fingers right in front of my face. "I said you look like a boy, Harriet. That oversized puke green jacket?" She pulled down her Prada sunglasses to look at me with fake pity. "Tragic. Just my luck running into this fink the minute my mom dropped me off." I tugged nervously on my dad's Iranian Air Force bomber jacket. I thought it looked cool with my red t-shirt and baggy jeans, but Sarah was much more popular than me, so she was probably right. Gigantic sweat stains formed under my armpits. Thankfully, I was saved. My best friend Kathy came running up to us from the parking lot. "Sorry I'm late," she was all out of breath, and the run had made her curly hair extra wild. After giving me a quick hug, Kathy spotted the enemy and scowled at her. "What do you want, Sarah?" "Geez, relax," Sarah said, rolling her eyes. "I was just telling Harriet she looks like a boy." "Oh, and the foundation's supposed to cover your freckles, Kathy." She smirked and flounced away toward the entrance to the soccer field. I hated stupid Sarah and her perfect blonde ponytail ever since she made fun of my bushy eyebrows in front of our entire 2nd grade class, including my main crush. "Where were you, Kathy? You were the one who wanted to get here right at 4, I grilled her as a group of high school girls walked past us, chatting and giggling at a painfully high volume. "I know, I'm sorry." Kathy tried to pat her hair into shape as she caught her breath. "My parents were busy with something." Her eyes flickered with sadness. I was going to ask her more until I noticed my best friend's outfit for the first time. "Kathy," I pointed to her miniskirt, "how did your mom let you out of the house wearing that dinner napkin?" "I wore a longer skirt over this." She pouted her purse. "Not that my parents would notice. I could literally wear a chicken costume to the breakfast table and they wouldn't bat an eye." Her chin quivered for a second. "Of course they would." I gave her a big hug. "Hey, is everything okay?" Kathy constantly vented about how much her parents made her study, but she never mentioned anything about them ignoring her. "Yeah, I'm fine. They're just being annoying." Kathy shook her head, but I wasn't sure I believed her. "Anyway, for the record, you don't look like a boy." I sighed. "Thanks, but Sarah's right. I knew it was a bad idea coming here. Why don't we go to my house and binge the 3rd season of Sister Sister instead? I mean, look around, Kathy. We do not belong here." A bunch of high schoolers huddled in small groups near the stairs down to the soccer field making stupid TikToks. If Mom and Dad saw this, girls dancing in crop tops and low baggy jeans and guys shoving each other like wild animals, they'd ship me back to our family in Iran in a box. My parents always said that we had moved to the U.S. so my sister Nushin and I could have more options for our future. Those options included becoming a doctor or, if worse came to worse, a dentist. But crop tops and boys were definitely not included. "Please, Harriet," Kathy clasped her fingers together and made a sad puppy dog face. "We never go out on Fridays, and what if today's the day I'm supposed to get my first kiss? Please? Don't let stupid Sarah Gill get in your head. We're supposed to have fun today." I sighed and chewed on my thumbnail. "You'll never understand, Kathy. You're not an awkward Iranian girl who looks like a boy." My best friend pointed to her frizzy head. "Does it count that I'm an awkward white girl with stupid brown freckles all over my face and body and this awful curly hair?" "No," I shook my head. "No, it doesn't." Kathy Fritz had been my BFF since she cornered me on the kindergarten playground and demanded I pet her roly-poly Walter. She looked just like she did in our kindergarten class picture, except metal braces now replaced her missing teeth. She might have been awkward, but she still fit into our small Los Angeles suburb where the people and houses all looked the same. Me, not at all. Beside my family, the only other brown person was Arnav Ganguly. When we moved to the U.S., my kindergarten teacher, Miss Johnson, couldn't even pronounce my real name, Hangameh. It was hard enough being the new kid in a new country without everyone staring at me as Miss Johnson tried out embarrassing pronunciations of my name. "Hang Annie? Hang on me?" She gave up and started calling me Harriet, which stuck. I never complained. Harriet beat hang on me any day of the week. "Alert! Kathy hissed under her breath, snapping me out of my thoughts. Main crush approaching from 12 o'clock. I spotted Jeremy Mass walking over. My legs went boneless. Confirmed, I stuttered back, straightening my posture. I fell in love with Jeremy in the second grade after he asked me to race his car at the arcade. Back when I maybe passed as cute. Then last summer happened, or what I like to refer to as the summer I turned awkward. My nose doubled in size, matching my dad's 90-year-old Amu Mahmoud's, and my eyebrows came together like two caterpillars in love. Back at the soccer game, I watched Jeremy's beautiful golden wheat hair swing across his beautiful ocean blue eyes as he drew closer to us, all in slow motion to my internal soundtrack of T. Swift's love story. I grabbed Kathy's hand for support and sighed loudly. Uh-oh, a little too loud. I fake coughed to cover the uber-embarrassing sigh. Hey, Mansoor, Jeremy greeted me and flashed his beautiful, gleaming white smile. He was obviously not one of Dr. Asabzadeh's patients. That fink told my mom that my noticeable gold fillings were fine since there was no way I'd be the next Celine Dion. Hey, Jeremy, I squished Kathy's hands. I know you played soccer, Mansoor, but I had no idea you came to these games, he said. His voice was like a sweet nightingale's. Uh-huh, I bobbed my head up and down. Yep, I'm a regular old Oakbrook Tigers watching fan. Yep, here I am at a soccer game, just a typical Friday afternoon for me. Kathy tugged on my hand to shut up. Cool, well, I'll see you guys at the stands, he responded, then smiled and half-waved before walking off. Do you have to babble like that every time he's around, Kathy whispered. Maybe coming to the game wasn't such a bad idea after all. Never mind, you're hopeless. She pulled my arm. Let's go. I want to do your makeup before the game. Makeup? I pulled my arm out of her hand. What happened to my geeky, natural-faced best friend who spent more time polishing her violin than brushing her hair? Who the heck are you? Relax, Kathy rolled her eyes. It's just a distraction from homework. Can we just go, please? I stayed right where I was. Kathy, if my parents ever found out you did my makeup, I'd never be able to see you again. They won't find out, Kathy patted my shoulder. Anyway, your parents love me. True, Mom and Dad always said Kathy Violoni is a very, very smart girl. They added Violoni to the end of Kathy's name because she played the violin really well. She practiced obsessively because her dream was to become the Mozart of violinists, minus the powdered wigs. Oh, fine. But let's do it somewhere no one will see us in case I want to take it off. You're the best. She grabbed my hand again and dragged me over to some large shrubbery by the wire fence surrounding the soccer field. After pushing through it and getting a couple of twigs stuck in our hair, we were pretty perfectly hidden. The back of the bleachers covered us on the side the shrubbery didn't. But I was still terrified someone would spot me while I was a helpless lab rat for Kathy's makeup experiments. Are you sure this is a good idea? I peered through the leaves as a cluster of people walked over to the field. Yes, Harriet. Kathy pulled a makeup bag out of her purse. Geez, you're so nervous all the time. Have you met my mother? I shook my head. Being nervous about everything is in my blood. You should have seen what I had to go through to even come to this game. Ever since I was little, Mom made me hold her hand in public to keep Avadoza from stealing me. She even brought this Mr. Robber guy up last week when we were walking through the gardens at the Getty Museum in broad daylight. Kathy frowned as she used a big puffy brush all over my face. What is she going to do when we go to Camp Cottontail for spring break next month? I shrugged. I just hope she doesn't change her mind about me going. You have to come, Harriet. My best friend was near hyperventilation. We've been looking forward to this trip since the beginning of the school year. I know, I sighed, not to mention all that work convincing my cheap relatives and grumpy neighbors to buy 30 boxes of chocolate so I could raise money to go. Plus, you barely leave the house. Kathy had caked on loads of creams and powders and blush and lipstick. Time for the unveiling. She handed me her compact mirror. Well, what do you think? I took a quick glance. Kathy, I look like Krusty the Clown. It's called a full beat. I went all out on everything. Highlighter, bronzer, eyeshadow, mascara, lipstick. I think you look amazing. Yeah, right. I stuck out my hand. You better have something to take this off. Come on, Harriet. I spent so much time putting it on. I didn't budge. Fine. She handed me a wipe and watched me rub my face squeaky clean. I know you hate makeup. I just thought Jeremy might like it. Maybe she was right. Maybe Jeremy wanted a girl with full glam like Sarah Gill. My gut said no, but the mean voice in my head said I was ugly without it. Come on. I pushed through the shrubbery and headed to the entrance of the soccer field. Let's just get this over with.